nowhere near as pretty in the camera as it is in person. But it's there. And yeah, the overcast haze, whatever, at the end of yesterday's video, a little bit of that was probably some moisture. The rest of it, the color to it, yeah, that's those California fires. They're sending it back up the valley to us. Oh well. Thinking this morning, just actually put the cleaners back in here a couple days ago, since I had to get some stuff moved around and get grain in there. That reminds me, feed truck's supposed to be here today. Obviously he's not here yet. Funny thing on the Tahoe, y'all love this. Yesterday morning, number 2 takes it to work. She gets there and texts me and says, "Hey, guess what? Well, it ran just over 160 degrees. Just, the needle was moved off the 160 mark was all. And all was good. She comes home. Of course, it's much warmer when she comes home. And ran up to about 170 degrees, that's what I expected. Her air conditioning won't work because the stupid computer decided that the car is too hot. It is overheated. Therefore, it won't let the AC turn on. Yeah. In the meantime, it's 170 degrees. Yet, when it was having issues and it would get up to like 235, the AC worked just fine. I think her computer's a few loads short of a microchip or something like that. So you got to see what this looked like yesterday. It was dry. It's not anymore. It's wet this morning. And you can see the ground fog. This is why I'm thinking we're probably done with the oats. Because at this rate, the dew, like yesterday, the dew wasn't off. Hey, I'm talking here. That's 023 being talkative. She's actually a pretty sweet cow. The silly dog. The dew never did get off the grass. And I was out messing with, I brought that one in. And, say the chain broke on the other one, so coiled that one up. And my shoes were wet. My feet weren't, just the outside of my shoes were wet. And that was 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 5:30, when I was finished, I think. And once again, you can definitely see where the shade hits here. Farther along here I walk, the wetter it gets. Oh, and gee, look who's standing here, waiting for breakfast. Huh. Yeah, they're all waiting for breakfast. So, yeah, I've said it halfway through September, once we actually got some freaking rain, that fall is falling. Tomorrow's the 1st. That's pretty much write it off. You don't hear the radio in the background because I didn't get that close to it, right? That's what I'm going to tell you. Oh, yeah, I might do a little poking around this morning. Got a little spray jug next to my coffee cup that's mixed with Tabasco sauce and water. It's supposed to, and a friend of mine with a seed cleaner plant uses it when they put bags on pallets. They got that stuff mixed up in a 1-gallon sprayer, and they spray everything down, and the mice stay away from it. And the mice were kind of into this. This is those tote bags of barley, and I had 3 or 4 of them smile at me yesterday. So I mixed up another batch of stuff, and I didn't spray everything down, but I kind of sprayed where I figured to keep them off of it. I actually sprayed a couple of mice. So, yeah. I'm going to feed backwards this morning. Look at it, it's all red in here. Dirty, too. Really need to get this cleaned out. Makes the cows look a special color of red, too. Usually I feed the calves and the dogs first, and then come in here and feed these girls. Then the girls at the other end. And these bales didn't lay back in as good as they were before. Eventually these gaps will fill in with chaff. You just gotta remember to step over them. And I don't know why we got a dribble in the roof. Because the roof isn't old enough to have a dribble. Get down here and make the camera more jerky because it's darker. If anybody can recognize that face, that would be Boomer, the big girl with the twins, and one of her kids is eating off of her. Alright, that's enough to get the morning started, because my fans await me, don't they? They're all saying, feed me, feed me, feed me. Spoiled cows. It's for Mom. A ton to go to number 1 and her fiance. And it leaves 2.5 ton in there, I suppose. Those 2 water troughs. Actually, 3 water troughs is almost a ton, just shy of a ton. They hold the same as these bins, and these bins are just a butt hair shy of a ton. And that's full. Oops. Oh, that one's empty. It's supposed to be. We ran about halfway into this one. Actually, the way this thing fills, you can get it halfway into the other one. It just lays to this side more. So, it's all primed and ready to go. And by that, I mean, if that's full and we can't run any out, we got to fill some buckets when they deliver feed. Even if there's a little bit left in this bin, when they dump on top of it, then all of a sudden we can't get anything out. So, usually when it's about the bottom of the angle iron, somewhere in here, we turn that auger on inside and let it run for a little bit. It'll all come out later. If we don't do that, even if the bin's empty and we don't do that and they fill it, yeah, it doesn't work out very well. You fight it for 45 minutes or an hour the first time, and hopefully it gets better after that. And no, I haven't got back to this thing yet. I really wish I had stuff moved around here where I could have that a little farther ahead, a little easier to get into. I still gotta take everything apart up above and get it cleaned up. Oh, the air box is gonna have to actually get washed out because it's so full of crap. So, anybody thinks it's neat to run with your windows open, or maybe not put a filter in the back. Windows open is probably the worst thing because it's not much filter into the upstairs from there. All it does is make a big mess. And this one's been blown off a couple times. Yeah, it really would be great if it fit in a shop with everything in there. It'll fit by itself, but it'd be a little tight. A whole lot nicer to work on stuff in there and easier to keep it clean while you're doing it. But this is what we got, so this is what we're doing. You know how it goes. Deal with what you got. Hell, before 1982, this textured concrete wasn't here. But to the side of those boards is smooth concrete. And we did pretty much all the metal fab right there. Old dryer plug over here. Plugged the welder in there and run the leads out. And those dividers, those really work just perfect for sharpening sickles on the mower. Lay across those, put a clamp on each end, go through with the grinder and touch them up. Just the right angle and the right height, stand there and do it. Hey, don't worry about that no more. The only sickles we got left, right there hanging on the wall. I think there's 3 sets. Maybe there's only 2 sets. I only see 2 hanging there. Must just be 2 sets, I guess, for the swather, which we haven't used in, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years. And around here, that's a dead horse trying to sell it. Nobody, you can't get scrap price for it in one piece. So, hoping the motor will fit in the dead skid steer. One of these days, maybe. If number 2 wasn't busy with a job at the moment, and she was actually pulling wrenches more, I'd make her go to work. Oh well, anyway, I gotta put stuff away. Finish goofing off. Now I can actually get away from the barnyard because feed trucks come and gone now. That's the bad thing. You never know what time they're going to be here, which kind of screws me up for doing anything. You know, I can't, until he comes, I can't go out and mess with the travelers and bring them in or move cows because sure as hell they show up when you're not close. Oh well, it is what it is. If this is the end of the video, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. If it's not the end of the video, there'll be more.